Welcome students to Lecture 5 of our JavaScript course. In the previous video, we covered different types of operators such as arithmetic, assignment, and comparison operators. Today, we will focus on logical binary operators and the Boolean data type. These concepts are essential. We will learn how Boolean values like true and false work, and how logical operators such as and help us combine multiple conditions to control the flow of our code effectively. The Boolean data type in JavaScript represents a logical entity and can have only two values, true or false. It is used to express conditions that can be either correct or incorrect, making it essential for decision-making in programs. Booleans often result from comparison operations, such as checking if one value is greater than another, and they play a key role in controlling the flow of code through structures like if statements, loops, and logical expressions. Although simple, the Boolean data type is powerful and forms the backbone of all conditional logic in programming. For example, a variable named logged in is declared as assigned the Boolean value true. This means that the variable now holds a logical value. The Boolean value true indicates a positive or active condition. The next line uses a console log function to display a message stating that the user is logged, followed by the current value of the log __ in variable. Since the value is true, the output will confirm that the user is indeed logged in. We are changing the value of the variable log __ into false. This means we are now saying that the user is not logged in. It is like turning a switch off. Then we use the console log function again to print the message user is logged, followed by the value of log __ in. Since the value is now false, the message will tell us that the user is not logged in. This is useful when we want to check or update the user's login status as they interact with the website or application. It helps the program keep track of whether the user should have access to certain features or not. Now, let's move on to logical binary operators. These operators are used to combine two or more conditions and return a Boolean value based on logical rules. The first one is the AND operator, written as $ampersand. It checks if all the given conditions are true. If they are, the result will be true, but if even one condition is false, the result becomes false. The second one is the OR operator, written as double vertical bars. It returns true if at least one of the conditions is true. If all the conditions are false, only then it returns false. The third one is the NOT operator, written as an exclamation mark, which is a unary operator, meaning it works on just one value. It reverses the current Boolean value. So if the value is true, it becomes false, and if it is false, it becomes true. These operators are extremely useful to make decisions. The first one is email correct, and it is set to true, which means the user has entered the correct email. The second variable is password correct, and this time it is set to false when we use the AND operator to check both email and password. The result will be false because the AND operator only gives true when all conditions are true. Since the password is false, it makes the whole condition false, even if the email is correct. This shows that having just the correct email is not enough. If we make password correct also true, and then check it will give true, because now both are true. When both the email and password are correct, it means both variables hold the value true. When we use the OR operator in this case, it checks if at least one condition is true. Since both are true, the OR operator still returns true. Now, if we make email correct false for the in case, it will get false because both must be true. But OR case will give true because at least one must be true. For console log of not of email, it will get inverted. As we know it was false, it will give us true. The role of not is to make true to false or false to true. Let me give you an example through the if-else condition, which we will study in the next video. But just to give you an idea of how these Boolean and logical binary operators work. We check if both the email and password are correct using the AND operator, and if they are, the message logged in is shown. Otherwise, if either one is wrong, the message incorrect credentials is displayed. This simple example shows how true and false values, along with logical operators, help the program decide what to do. Here, email is false, so the condition having and operator is false because both must be true. So the else condition will get executed, printing message invalid credentials. Now, if we make email also to true, as we know that both are now true, then a condition will get executed because email correct and password correct will give true. So if condition execution prints logged in and it skips else condition. Summary for logical operator, and all must be true for logical operator, or at least one must be true, and logical operator not makes true to false or false to true. That's all for this video. In the next one, we'll dive into conditionals and understand how if, else, and else if statements help us make decisions in JavaScript. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And make sure to bookmark this full JavaScript playlist so you can come back and continue learning anytime. See you in the next video.